Greetings, everyone. Lisa here, interdimensional 5D. If you go to sleep at night and wake up thinking you've done something, sometimes at 2, 2:33, 3, 3:33, and you do it regimentally at the same times every night, and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you're part of the army of the Lord or you're part of the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. I love it when the negative spirits, play games. Angels, please protect this space right now. Please and thank you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading the Bible, and my own personal experiences. Now, I have two things to talk about. I just listened to a reading that brought up an interesting historical fact from the Bible. I'm not a Bible scholar. I walked out of the Kansas City Art Institute for moral reasons, and I laugh at myself because in the 1970s, thinking about being moral, when you look at the history of it, that everybody in my age group has hepatitis C, and I got insulted with my doctor that he wanted to test me for that, till a younger person said, well, gee, Lisa, everybody from your age has that. And I didn't realize, I was like, I was an odd person to not do a lot of sexual things in the 70s. I was raised a Catholic, kind of strict, and I believe in those things. I believe in morality. It's not that I don't enjoy sex or I don't enjoy dressing up and being a woman to the man. After all, there's fabulous revenge porn out there of me. If you don't know this, it's out there. If you search it up, I'm on the dark web that two of my ex-husbands have done revenge porn on me. This is part of this trial, and I can't effing wait. It's almost wrapped up, from what I understand. And how did all you people I named? So the attacks have been amazing after I named people. Last night was very interesting, and I have to wonder how many of you are fully functioning today. And no, you offended my spiritual team. Okay, now there's two things I have to say. I have absolutely no makeup on today. Spirits had me take off the mask, as it were, because a lot of people have been online being naked, pretending that they're me being a prostitute, because there's one specific person they don't want me to connect with. Isn't that sad? I think that's a really sad thing. Anyway, this particular person has two lovely ladies who are younger than me, they wonder, how is it that I don't look, I don't have the crispy wrinkles around the face. And I was like, okay, so Spirit wants me to talk about this. Now, I've talked about this before, and this group of people makes fun, that I'm a little fat. I'm working on it, people. Takes time. And if you're an older person and you awaken and you're like, I've got to exercise, but damn, it's hard, you just go slow and you be kind to yourself. I'm a little chunky, but I'm going to tell you something. That Jake Gyllenhaal with very little fat on his body, I'd give $1,000 to get in a ring with him, because I guarantee you I'd put that effing man down in about 20 fucking seconds. I'd give money to do that. Money I don't even have. And I'm not a betting person. But here's the deal. Fat is a beautiful thing. Okay? Now, you ladies, you're lovely ladies, wonderful actresses. They're beautiful beyond comprehension, right? Your low-fat diet, you probably eat everything. You probably only drink skim milk. That's shit. Okay, that's shit. You might as well take a gallon of water and put some sugar in it, because that's basically what you're fucking drinking with skim milk. 2% is just as bad. You need to drink your whole milk and not worry about it. You need to eat the cottage cheese with the fat in it. You need to eat cheese. It's got fat. You need some nice fat steaks. And when Gordon Ramsay cooks that shit in butter, only use butter. And that fat is fucking good for you, especially if you eat the organic grass-fed beef. That shit'll cure you. Meat, vegetables, and fruit. And if they tell you fruit, oh, it's so high in sugar, no, shut the fuck up. Tell them, shut the fuck up, Dr. Nobody of Nowhere. When you think about the American Indian diet, now granted, they had to get up in the morning and fucking hunt for their food, and the sticks to cook with and all the stuff, that's a lot of work. And we should work out. The mind, body, and soul, the three things. Father, the Son, Holy Spirit. Three things. Mind, body, and soul. You have to keep your body regulated and in good health. Regulated means you have to do exercise. That's what gets the oxygen flowing. And every time you, even if it's a 10-minute workout, 15-minute workout, that's all it takes. You've got to get that body to flow, because as that blood flows through, it rejuvenates and makes everything new. And if you know how to program your body, oh, Barack Obama, which that I can't believe Americans, I'm sorry, I have to say this, but when that Barack Obama made that speech about controlling people's minds, why didn't the public get furious? Direct energy weaponing, okay? And now there's people here to help you combat it. Fat is an insulator. Oh, and you get that energy in your fat. You can eat some cilantro. It chelates right out. Look up what chelators are. Cilantro is an organic, natural chelator. You eat it, and it pulls all the shit out of your body. Now, fat is important. I made somebody laugh once because energetically we attack people in space, okay? We fight at night, and our damage is done with energy. Fat gives you the energy for longevity. Okay? I might be 68, and I sometimes walk with a limp, and sometimes I have trouble walking, but if you come at me, it's not going to be pretty. I'm a martial artist. I'm very disciplined. I'm an artist, and I keep physically fit. I'm pretty relatively strong, and I know things most people don't know. And fat is like a fuel. It's like the fuel in your gas tank. Now, I did a video on adaphase. Adaphase fat helps you. Oh, here's something you need. Wait, if you do yoga aligns the body. You don't have to do it for an hour. You don't have to sweat. You don't have to do every fucking pose in the book. You have to do what works for you, okay? And I know the certain things that I do for me. It's only a few, and it keeps me going, okay? It keeps me moving. Yoga is an important tool for balancing our bone structure and our bodies and aligning us, and it aligns mental health. You keep your body exercised, you keep your brain mentally healthy. And when we play in this 5D realm, we have to stay mentally healthy. Now, fat helps you. Now, I'm not endorsed by anybody, okay? I don't do anything for money, like some people will. Now, I'm not endorsed by this, but I use this in my coffee. I squirt some of this in my coffee in the morning. Butter, olive oil, the best you can get. Kevin O'Leary's in on the olive oil conspiracy, keeping people not having the pure olive oil like we used to have back in the 70s. Butter, olive oil, coconut oil, and peanut oil. Those are the 4 oils I use. And if you have pets, corn oil has linoleic acid in it, and it's really good for your pets, especially your dogs. Dogs need fat too. So eat meat. It's okay. I'm sorry, I loathe that people, oh, you can only be enlightened and glow if you just eat vegetables. I'm sorry, I have no makeup on, I glow, I eat meat. Meat makes you strong. You need protein. You need meat animal protein. We have teeth that say we're omnivores. Okay? We don't have 3 stomachs. And we don't have just all the molar type teeth like the animals who eat grass. We're omnivores. Now, each one of us is on a different trajectory. Maybe your body only handles vegetables, and that's cool. I'm not saying eat meat if vegetables work for you, okay? I saw a guy on Joe Rogan say he went back to his original diet. All he eats is pasta because that's what he ate growing up. He lost a bunch of weight, and that's what he does. Now, that's being open to your body talking to you, okay? So each one of us is different. So maybe you have to eat only vegetables. Play with your diet. Now, for the ladies who like to keep slim, as you get older, you just eat less food. Eat more fruit. Fruit has a lot of water. Wear water bags. The sugar's not going to harm you. Drink a lot of water if you're worried about your sugar intake. Don't drink soda. Carbonated beverages dry your skin out. Smoking cigarettes dry your skin out. Now, what's interesting, smoking marijuana doesn't do that. Okay? Smoking cigarettes does. Being attacked by witchcraft will dry your skin out. It'll do other things too. Eat chocolate. If you think you're been attacked and you have the residual effects of memory loss, fog, I go into the room, I forget what I'm doing. Those are residual effects of being severely attacked. Eat some chocolate. Not a lot. You don't need a lot. Like the Harry Potter thing, that's real. That's real stuff, people. I love the part when Dumbledore and what's his name are fighting. He turns the glass shards into sand. That's what we do in 5D. Okay? Now, I'm going to digress from that. Anyway, eat fat. You won't get fat, especially if you work out. If you have the trainer who comes to your house and you sweat every day, you don't have to worry about what you eat, okay? And that's true. I love it. I love you, ladies. You're lovely people. I heard that you're good friends with somebody I'm acquainted with. At any rate, I just want to show you. Look. I'm making me little shaman bells. Because after all, I am somewhat of a shaman. But there's a person out there, I said, even this fat, luscious body. I'm going to wear bells for you. I'm going to wear something really flimsy and sexy and wear bells for you and dance. And so this is my... I'll have my 2 little wrist braces here. That's powerful stuff, people. And I'll have some on my ankles, which I haven't made yet. So I'm in the process of doing that. Hopefully I'll get to meet this person soon. But I listened to another tarot reader today. It's really interesting. She brought up a biblical reference that it's 11:11 on the clock as I'm bringing this up. That I've heard the story before, but you don't really think about stuff till it gets put in your face by spirit. So this was put in my face by spirit. And I never would have thought of this reference. And I'm going to read it to you. Okay? It's about Esther. Esther and Mordecai. Esther 4:1-17 shows Mordecai learning of Haman's decree to destroy the Jews and asking Esther, his cousin, and the king's queen to intercede for her people despite the deadly risk. Deadly risk. Esther is initially hesitant, explaining that approaching the king uninvited means death unless he extends the scepter. However, after Mordecai's plea that her royal position was for such a time as this, and that silence would bring deliverance from another source, Esther bravely resolves to go to the king on the third day, commanding the Jews of Susa to fast for her in the interim, famously declaring, "And if I perish, I perish." Which kind of reminds me of what I did yesterday. Go ahead and sue me. Because really, I don't have anything to lose. That was... Anyway. And then what is the moral lesson of the story of Esther? I looked that up. The story invites us to see that God can and does work in the mess and moral ambiguity of human history. People, God rarely works with the rich and the famous, with the people who have put themselves as, "Oh, I'm the pastor, I'm the nun." Very few. I mean, Mother Teresa, but who else? God rarely works with the perfect. The moral ambiguity of human history, using the faithfulness of even morally compromised people to accomplish his purposes. The book of Esther asks us to trust in God's providence even when we can't see it working. And I thought that was interesting. So after my message yesterday, and this is to help people who might be going through what I'm going through. If you're here for a very high purpose and you've gone through witchcraft and warlockery, your life has been almost destroyed, the people around you you trusted the most have stolen from you, fucked other people, told stories about you, compromised your morality, compromised your story, compromised you as a person, whether with financially, storytelling wise, getting involved in your business, and just stirring a pot of bullshit in your life, and you're listening to me, God's working with you, and you have a very high purpose. So if you hear me and you know you're in the dream time, you're going to get attacked, okay? The attacks are very, very, how would I describe it, Spirit? Give me the word. They say entwining. They entwine reality with fiction and make believe. And people in the 5D can energetically steal other people's identities so that you think you're talking to who you're connected with, but you're not. They've slipstreamed in and stolen the energy. And what the experience teaches us is discernment. how to discern whose energy is whose. Sometimes the clock looks different to me. I'm sorry. Anyway, so know this to be true. Oh, excuse me. Somebody's trying to make me quiet. So that's a reality of 5D space. When the tarot readers when you hear one say, "Be careful the Dreamtime loop," maybe don't go into the Dreamtime looking to be with anybody. I've been in a very intimate relationship with somebody, and it's constantly being tampered with in the most extreme, bizarre ways. And what they're trying to do to me, well, is make me like a, what do we call it? What do you call it when people hear things? Schizophrenia. They want me to go and talk to somebody, and so I get diagnosed as schizophrenia because there's a lot of money involved. A schizophrenic person can't have millions of dollars, okay? And here's the fact of that. Why not? If that person's never committed crime, even if they are schizophrenic, and they just like being at home and keeping their house clean and taking care of their families, what the fuck is wrong? Is that person really schizophrenic? If a person doesn't elect to be famous, does that mean they're less than? God, I can't believe it. And who are you people? Where is there? Are there fucking really laws that people can't come out and speak about God? Where is the inalienable right to speech? That I get notices on this YouTube channel that my videos are restricted. Why? Because I use the word fuck? Fuck. I have it so no children can watch my show. Or are you screwing around with that? And I found out somebody stole my email address, reginabastioni555@gmail.com. That's me. I didn't send any egregious texts to anybody. I created that email for a channel I would like to start in the future. But somebody stole my email address. And I had to try to recover it. It's still in the process. And so when I try to share Mommy Wata's YouTube videos, or the YouTube video about energetic weaponing, I couldn't share it off of YouTube. I had to send it to myself via another email. So I'm wondering when the FBI, CIA, FCC, or President Trump, or whoever is going to fucking look into this, that I have my inalienable right to freedom of speech has been denied. And that I can't even contact my son. Or is that just the state of Alabama fucking with me? Like Kansas did. The whole fucking community in Kansas. Now, if I move again, I'm not running away. Because when I move, I'm gonna make a vehement declaration, and if I have to fly to Alabama and address all you motherfuckers up there in the capital of this state, I'm gonna tell you my experience, because it really fucking sucks that you would allow people to be paid by a billionaire corporate holder and damage a fucking 10-year-old in the elementary school over here in Daphne. My grandson. How fucking dare you? And Sophie, please shut the fuck up. Christ. That woman never shuts up. Is it okay that I say that, or am I going to have to make this fucking video over again? Now I know who they are, and it's provable. It is fucking provable. So you can't tell me I'm schizophrenic. It is fucking provable that you get on your fucking phone and you tell them what you're gonna do to me. It's fucking provable. So sue me. All of you, sue me. Especially some of you who've been mutilated by my angelic team. Because God is pissed. And you preachers who talk about it's just love, that's a nice concept, but read your fucking Bible, for Christ's sake. There's a hell of a lot of not love in there, especially what they did to Jesus. He went in the damn church and knocked those guys around. Jesus is a tough mug. He's loving. And so are we all to the people who love us, who appreciate us. But when you cross that line, if that lady from across the street came over and just punched me, do you think I would say, oh, why did you do that? I'd probably punch her back, and if she cried, then we maybe would talk about it. That's how resolution happens. And I got one more thing to say. Nobody in the world really cares if you're gay. In my personal opinion, and I've been in churches, most people don't really care what your sexual orientation is. Now, whether they believe it's right or wrong, that's their right. That's their inalienable right to their opinion. And maybe some people are a little outspoken of it, but there's a woman who runs the entertainment industry who is ruining careers and corporations, i.e. the Budweiser Company, Good American Family, Good American Company, totally compromised because of the lesbian agenda put on that beer. And I don't blame them for switching beers. Now, here's the deal. Be gay. Be non-sexual. Be both sexes. But don't get militant about it. Why? And the same thing for black people and Indians. It's time for it to be over, people. Don't get militant about it. I don't want to belong to a country where everybody in power is black and hates white people. I'm not completely white. White people don't consider me white, and black people don't consider me black. But Ocean does. Ocean has spoken in my behalf. And I think that's powerful. Now, I don't worship the other gods. I speak to them. They are part of the pantheon of God. I'm going to ask this. Please read the original words to the biblical texts. It's time. And God is angry, and God does use the F word. God is an amazing being. He's very open-minded. He lets a lot of you do stuff for a very long time, and he has allowed people to think that they're God. Now here's the part he wants me to explain about that. When we reach this elevation, technically, there is no judgment. You can do whatever you want. That's free will. But when he's given us a lot, especially in terms of money, finances, talent, we can make people's lives better, or we can make people's lives worse. If you focus on destroying people, it's against a universal law. You might think there's no judgment, and in truth there isn't, but there are universal laws that at the end of the day you have to answer for. Now, in a way, that's judgment. You have to answer for your actions. You have to show the proof of why you did it and why you think it was a good idea. And then you either are metered out, you have to go back and do it over again, and we're going to teach you a few things before you go, or you're going to be reversed so many thousands of years, or you won't ever come back again. I don't get paid enough for that. That's God's decision. But how dare anybody tell anybody you can't be with her because my husband's did revenge porn? Because there's two famous actresses putting on blue wigs doing porn on the black web in my name? That's not me. I'm not garnering any money. So it's time for the foolish behavior to end. And my inalienable right of speech has been taken away from me, primarily due to my brother and my sister and my two ex-husbands. And you've got the proof. You've got the proof that they pretend to be voices in my head. And I hear them, and I respond. I respond sometimes quite vehemently, as you have seen in that courtroom. So when do I get to talk? Other than on this fucked up channel that Elon Musk is keeping repressed. When do the people who are holding the buttons down stop being paid? When do they stop being paid driving past my house? When do the teachers in that school who are harassing my child by making the other children call him fat get in trouble and get fired from that school because they shouldn't be working for any fucking county? And who the fuck are you to say I shouldn't be angry? You haven't walked in my shoes. Have you walked in my shoes? Who are you to judge? Even if you have a lot of money, who are you? Are you a judge? Did you go to school? Are you presented as a judge? And what religious institutions think they have a right to say who can and cannot speak about God and their personal experience? Anyway, that's all I have to say today. I said more than I planned on it. But fat people. Don't make fun of fat people. They watch you. These rich people, they use police officers and techniques of gassing you and coming in your house at night and putting CCTV cameras or watching when you're out of your home. They put cameras in your home, in your kitchen, in your living rooms, and in your bedroom. And they watch you get undressed, take a shower, have sex with your husband, and they watch it on the dark web. And rich people sit there and tee-hee, caca. They do cocaine and smoke weed, and who fucking knows what else they do. And then they fuck and have sex when you're fucking and have sex. I mean, it's disgusting. And then they decide which ones of you they should put in a snuff movie. That's what's happening in the entertainment industry, and some entertainers are very angry about it. And I can tell you the technology they use. And now they're terribly afraid. God's put people on the planet Earth who are not affected by energetic weapons. It's real, people. Your superheroes are here. The whole notion of a superhero has been through the ages, the aeons. And yet, if you saw one, what, you would stone it? You would tell it it was wrong? Why did you do that? You'd be afraid of it. Fear. Fear. Because you watch your stupid fucking TV. Anyway, that's all I gotta say today. The fear box. People are trying to undo the fear box, and then you're gonna stop them. Anyway, have a good day with that. I'm ending it. That says 11:33. I think that's a positive note to end on. I watch the numbers, do you? You should. There's messages in the numbers. There's messages all around us. That world out there with trees, air, and birds is technology, people. It's technology that does not know how to be utilized. And it's time for the crystal skulls to come out and be spoken to, because that's what they're here for. They've got a powerful message. Anyway, be well, everybody. Peace out. Remember, fat is important, and that person you make fun of on the couch who's fat is probably one of the most powerful people you've ever met. Fat makes you powerful. And it holds all the codes. And I could tell you more about that, but I don't think you're ready to listen. Anyway, peace out. Remember, I think you're amazing, and I absolutely love you. Bye now.